This is actually a topic of conversation I've had a lot recently with several of you RASers and on these one-on-one calls. And it's really like the discussion of, do we go all in? So you guys, obviously I'm trying to get you to do the foot in the door offer, right? So the question is, with these people, with the first engagement, do you go all in on the strategy, if you will, or do you keep it simple? And so I know it's difficult for several agency owners they think they're kind of half-assing it if they just do like a high-level strategy. And so it's really hard for them to like get that mindset clear that you don't have to develop this full-blown, 15-hour strategy on the first engagement. So I personally, now I know that everyone's business is a little different, but I've personally found that and again, it depends on the situation, but if it's just like a lead gen client, then you could probably develop a simple strategy for like one or two paths, not like a full blown strategy, and do it more on the high level, lower cost way as the foot in the door. If it's a little bit more comprehensive project, then you might want to go in with a bigger strategy. So for example, and I'll give you both scenarios of how we do this. So if we'll have two different types of clients here, and they're both plastic surgeons. You have the ones that just want leads, and then you have the ones who want something more complex. Like, for example, the branding guy that I shared the proposal with you guys and we talked about. So those are two different foot in the door offers and two different like customer paths, buyer journeys. And the first one, which is the most popular and which is what a lot of you guys do, is like they just want leads. And so this is ideal for keeping it high level and just giving them a strategy on, okay, let's focus on paid advertising for leads in a funnel. And then you do that strategy instead of adding in SEO and adding in blogging and social media organic and all of that stuff that might not be necessary in the beginning stages, so you keep it simple. And that's kind of the whole point of the foot in the door strategy too, is you don't really know what you're getting into. Like you don't know all those details. And so you want to spend that time collecting all of the information that you need and then developing kind of a mini strategy. Now, on the flip side, the people that have the more complex needs, like for example, the branding situation that we had, the branding project, we did a pretty comprehensive strategy for him right out of the gate, but that's what we knew he wanted and what would work moving forward with the engagement. So we were already talking about working long-term together before this even happened. So it's a totally different scenario, totally different type of project. So another point of this is for the clients that, they don't know you as well. They might not be, as confident. You might not be as confident in working with them. A lower cost foot in the door offer is a perfect way to get your feet wet on both sides to determine, are they great to work together? That's the thing too, is a lot of them aren't going to give you information. And that's why it's always great to not go in with like a full-blown program, or not go in with, hey, here's everything we can do and here's the prices. Because that's just going to overwhelm them, especially for people that don't know. Like you don't know what you don't know, right? And I hear that a ton. So, another thing is keeping it as simple as you possibly can in the beginning and not overwhelming them. Because if you overwhelm them on the first engagement and you give them this proposal with like 5 different options and like 15 different services you provide, they're probably going to be completely overwhelmed and your chances of landing that are slim compared to if you were to just give them a very straightforward, simple strategy proposal. This is what we're going to do. And so you kind of use that as a, discovery/strategy. So yeah, I'm just a big fan of keeping it as simple as possible. And of course, just using your best judgment when it comes to the situation. I mean, different clients are going to have, if they're different types of clients, and I mean types like lead gen clients versus branding clients, stuff like that, versus web design clients, right?